Hi. So today is day 19. It's Friday. I think it was Sunday that I spoke to you last. It's been still a bit of a roller coaster week. It's enemas this week. Yum yum. I don't know if I started them on my last one. I've had two big ones. So you have a little one which is oil that nourishes you, and then you have, I'm having 3 large ones, and apparently it's so that they can pump like so much medicine into you, and then it sort of bursts through your intestines into your body. And you couldn't even take that amount of medicine over a month, is the idea, and obviously to flush out all the toxins and everything else. What they don't tell you is that when you have the oil enema, so the next morning you think you're fine, and there's lots of talk about how, you know, we shouldn't deny our body. So if you want to burp, you should burp. If you want to fart, you should fart. If you want to wee, you should wee. Whatever it is, you shouldn't hold it in. So I'm just getting out for yoga this morning. I think, oh, cheeky fart. No, it was oil. Back in the room. Start that all again. So you really need to consider carefully about whether or not I fart here. Not that you needed that information, but there you are. So what we've done this week, Monday we went to Yoga Villa, which was the original for this company. There's 3 places, and Yoga Villa is about an hour away, something like that, and it's on a river, and with an island opposite. And the island is inhabited by tribespeople and elephants, and apparently every day the elephants come to the river and drink, and then in the afternoon, about, not many, apparently 5 or 10 alligators decide to just come and sit in the river to cool down, but it's okay, they never climb the bank. Needless to say, the guests aren't allowed to walk along the river, because apparently when they get eaten it's quite a big headache in terms of paperwork, which is just a bit sad really, because I wanted to have a look. But anyway, I'm glad I'm here. I thought I might have rathered to have been there, but it's really big and there doesn't seem to be much privacy, and there's no view. I mean, we've got an amazing view. So I'm really glad I'm here. So that's good. Oh, and on the way we saw an elephant. It's quite sad really. So we're quite small, not a massive elephant, and we'd seen it in the undergrowth, and then it started charging through, and we've carried on driving round, and then we've come to sort of like a T-junction almost, and this elephant is trumpeting and getting really upset because there's a dog barking and running around it and going mad, and there's people and cars, and it just didn't like it. So they were throwing stones at him, and oh, it made me really sad. And I know that they can, so apparently just with their head, if they just push their head like that, they just push people's houses over. So I get it. And they can eat something stupid like 150 kilos of food a day. So they don't want them on the plantations, they don't want them on the farms, obviously. It just seems really sad, but beautiful. So yeah, that was Monday's excitement. And then Tuesday was a bit bizarre really. I saw the doctor and she said, so you go to the festival this evening? Tell you what. And I thought she meant puja, so I said no, I'm not going to puja because I've got the big enema, and you never know what's going to happen with that one. So she said no, the festival from Yoga Villa. Do you want to go? It's like a once in a lifetime thing. And I was like, well, now you've said that, yeah. So we drove to Yoga Villa, and I'm covered in bites still from being there. And then we walked from Yoga Villa up the hill. I mean, the hill, if you were walking up the hill, probably would only take you 15, 20 minutes. 2 hours later, we got to the top. So there was about 4 or 5 men drumming, and then 60-ish women and girls sort of in 2 lines like that, carrying trays with candles and food and flowers. So basically once a year they believe that farming and agriculture is one of the things that's blessed by the gods, and certainly if you've had a very good year, the farmers take some of their harvest to the local temple, and then there's a big carnival and everyone meets at the temple, and then they distribute the food to the people that need it. It's a lovely, lovely thing to do. And the owner of the yoga villa and Udayagiri he has at least 2 farms. I don't know if he's got one in Goa. All organic produce that we eat. So they do this procession. So there's like 4 or 5 drummers, 60 odd women, and then 20 or 30 drummers and guys with like cymbals, and wow, the energy from the drummers was just phenomenal. It was crazy. And it also turned to me and she said, "Did you think this morning that you'd be in the middle of the jungle watching half-naked men play drums?" No, I thought I was going to have an enema. So my day got better on Tuesday. Although by the time we got to the top of the hill, I was too tired to carry on walking, and it was at least another hour to the temple. So I got quite bored and got in the car. We did see elephants though on the way to that one. And that was bad because there was about 5 of them hiding in grass like that much taller than them. I don't know how they do it. It was bad. Like one was sort of this like roadside, and then the others were in it. And it was only as we drove away that we saw how many elephants there were. I'm glad I went. It was very tiring. Oh my god, I was so tired. But yeah, really glad I went just to experience it, and the atmosphere and the staff was so beautiful. Smithish, bless him, he'd been told at no circumstances were any of the locals to come anywhere near us, touch us, look at us, anything. And they were drinking and dancing, and it was fine. But there was a very clear line. You will come no closer to these people. So that was quite sweet. I've been thinking loads about how to change my life when I go home. But it's going to have to be like a family change. And I'm sure that Tim will be on board. It just feels like it's all a big ask. No idea. She was talking to me the other day, the doctor that is, about something called a journer. So basically when you overeat, there's this thing called a journer, and basically a journer is because you've overeaten, there's too much food in your stomach, and the metabolism they call agni, your fire. So there's too much food for your agni to process and cope with. So that so the ajna then turns to ama, which basically is I don't know why I'm crying. Toxins and poisons, and about 80% of that will go through your intestines and out when you go to the toilet, but 20% of that will go into your body as pure toxin. And apparently sits in your joints, so it creates acid build up in your body, and that's when nasty microbes and things can they like that, they make their home and grow and multiply in the acid. But if you've got an injury or something like that, it will go first to that site. So if you've broken your wrist or something, then potentially that's where it would go. For me, it's my ankles, and I noticed it about a year or so ago with my chiropractor. My ankle would get worse if my diet got worse, and when my diet got better, my ankle would be better. And I didn't really pay much attention to it, and I think that's why I'm so upset. Because I really have done this to myself. It's crazy just how I have a feeling I've already talked about this. So sorry if I already have. So basically this entire process is about getting rid of the armour out of my body. So apparently if your tongue is white, yeah, my tongue is still white, there's still armour in my body. So I've been reducing how much I eat, and the enemas are, we're doing an extra 2 enemas, because I can't do the ghee drinking, the vomina, which is the vomiting therapy, and that apparently gets rid of all the toxins from like the top half of you. It's incredibly violent. I mean, one of the girls really hurt her neck vomiting. So I'm not allowed to do that. So we're going to do an extra 2 enemas to help try and get rid of some more armour, and then I basically have to reduce the acid in my body, and diet and lifestyle and things like that. So and make it more alkaline, and if my body is alkaline, then microbes don't like that, germs don't like that, they won't grow in that. But it means fairly big changes for home, and it also makes me think about how I'm bringing up the girls, or how we are bringing up the girls, and how we're storing trouble for them now. You know, every biscuit, every McDonald's, every shit bit of food. And I knew at the time. That, of course, that stuff's not good for my children, it's not good for me, it's not good for my babies, and I've just wanted an easy life. And it's got to stop. That's ridiculous. And you know, if someone said to me, would you give your children this bowl of vegetables, or would you give them a teaspoon of poison? I'd punch them in the face. Like, what a stupid question. I'm so fierce about my kids and protecting them, and I haven't been at all. I've been giving them the poison, and it's stupid things. So like, if you have armour in your stomach, then it's depression and anxiety, and it's your stomach that produces your serotonin, and it's all this stuff I just didn't know. And it's my own ignorance, it's my own fault for not finding out how my body works and what my body wants, and I don't know why. Oh! So that's one of the girls that brings the medicine, and she scared the absolute shit out of me. Oh, I thought everyone was down at lunch. I'm not having lunch today because I've got the bee enema. So I thought, perfect time. I don't need to be quiet about what I'm saying. I can just talk. I didn't hear her sneak up on me. She was like, "Ma'am, are you okay?" Yeah, I'm good. Just waffling on to the poor people that need to watch my video. Yeah, so I need to look at, I've got a sheet today of things that you should and shouldn't do, foods that you should combine and shouldn't combine, and the tips like you shouldn't. So your stomach wants 1/3 food, 1/3 water, 1/3 free, so that it can be a mixer. If you fill it, There's no room for it to mix, which makes sense. And then you figure out what the third is as you go, but you basically, when the feeling of hunger goes, then you stop. That's it, you stop eating. And you either drink 60 minutes before you eat or 30 minutes after you eat, but you don't drink at the same time. I think because it bloats you out. It from what I could understand anyway, when you mix the two together, your feeling of hunger goes, but actually it's not enough food. I think that's right. Oh, cook. I've just ripped it. But so yes, I got this today of all the things I can eat. So I can have, and then it's not about just eating. It's about nourishing your body, and your soul. Like this is everything. Like without food, we are nothing. Without food, we are dead. And it's just having a completely different attitude to food, and it's not just what we eat, but how we eat. So that you should eat in silence. You shouldn't talk or laugh. When you've finished eating, then you sit, and 30 minutes later you have your drink. And then you have the social aspect of eating, and that you contemplate what you're eating and you give thanks for what you're eating, and not just like we used to thank God and things like that, which is fine. But this is about thanking, the people that made the food, and actually thinking about what it took to get that food, that vegetable, from sowing it to my mouth, like the processes that had to happen. And I kind of like that. I kind of like the whole be thankful for the process, and I quite like the idea of, so I go through the process in my head, and I'm thankful for the food and how it will nourish me, and I quite like the idea of sort of going through that with the girls, so that it becomes something that they think about, like, how did this food happen? How did it come? It's just on my plate. But it's not, it's more than that. So I'd quite like to do that. I'd quite like to walk more. I'm trying to figure out how I can factor in meditation and yoga. I think I'm going to do it before work. But I also want to get the kids and the family involved in cooking and being more of a vegetarian diet with them. It's right, I've got 2 splinters in my finger. Really sore. And Keisha, God love him, said it's okay, I'll get them out. I just squeezed. That's really sore. So I'm feeling all sorry for myself. So yeah, I'm starting to think more about when I get home, and how can I take bits of this life home to help grow and encourage a balanced life for us. Our life hasn't been balanced at all. It's been fucking mental. From the minute we wake up to the minute we go to sleep, and then about 4 or 5 times whilst we sleep. We're up, we're busy, we're doing stuff. We do not stop. I hate the level of stress that Tim is under. And if I can drag him kicking and screaming into the averted way, then I will. And if I can get him out of here, then I'll do that too. And it fascinates me what has become social norms. So like when I go home and I say to people, I'm a gluten-free, non-dairy vegetarian, I know people are going to go, ugh. No, are you? Brilliant. Boring. Why is that? Is that really just what I think? Is that what I think of people? Because I won't be drinking. I have to get this acid out of my body. It's that simple. Or the cancer will come back. That's how I made it. They make you very emotional here. Oh, so I've bought a house. Or should I say we have bought a house. I've not said it. But Jim has put an offer in. Loves it. And it's been accepted and taken off the market. I'm tempted to not see it until we move in. There is a part of me that is really tempted just to go, alright, that'll be our house. I mean, he sent me videos, and he's just so excited. But it's making me excited, and I haven't seen it, don't know. It ticks all of the boxes for us. The area, size, garden, drive, everything. So it's really exciting. I just find it hysterical that I'm in India and I've bought a house I've not seen. I've never bought a house before. I viewed. It's got to be somewhere coming towards 40, maybe. Got to be. I've been viewing houses since September. And yeah, when I'm away, that's when we get the house. So I feel like I'm on the final countdown. Another big enema today, small enema tomorrow. And then, not today, today's Friday, so that's Saturday, so Sunday I'm allowed to have the feast. Little things. And then that's it, I've got a week left. Oh, and I'm going to, I even talk about this? I'm going to do a 3 to 5 day silence. So I doubt I'll record in that. I'm going to start it on Monday. So there's no phone, no talking, no books, because they are a form of communication. I think I can write. I may write, but the idea is that that you stay completely in the present moment, and every time your mind wanders, you bring it back to either your breathing or to the birds in the trees or something that's in the now, and every time it wanders, you just keep bringing it back, going, no, you're not going there. Kind of like a naughty child, really. Like, no, you will sit down. No, you will eat your dinner. Whatever, you just keep bringing it back until it learns, all right, she means this. And the idea is that it will completely silence my mind and stop that constant train of thought that just whirs continuously. And then when I'm home, I can then practice the silence, and I will go to it quicker, and each time I practice it will just become a much quicker process. So really ummed and ahed about it. I hate the idea of turning off completely. Oh my god, I'm 17. But they've got all the numbers here. And if anything was to happen, they'd be able to get hold of me. But I feel like I've got to do it. There's so much evidence behind how powerful your brain is and the impact it can have on your body, either by talking yourself ill, so worrying yourself sick, or healing yourself. So I need to master my mind. I need to get that so that when I go home, it's just another tool in my bag. It's just something else that I can use. I need to get to like 89. and I haven't. Oh God, I'm so lucky to be here. I'm so lucky when I think about friends and about Pauline. I just got a punch in the face, really. I just got to wake up. But I do need to change. Our life needs to change. No, I won't be drinking, and I won't be doing any of that for a long time. Certainly not like I was. And if that's boring, okay, then I won't be at your party. I won't be at your house. I need people that are going to support this decision. And I know that obviously, yes, there'll be times when I might have a biscuit or I might have a glass of wine, or because I do need to live, but I have to be balanced first. Because then I'll notice when my balance dips, and now I know how to bring it back up, rather than just going, sod it, it's just cake, it's a buffet. Yeah, interesting time ahead, I think. And I'm interested to see how my body will be, how I'll feel. It's going to be an interesting journey, I think. And don't worry, I won't bore you along the way with various different non-dairy vegetarian meals. Although maybe a couple. So I reckon there's probably a chance for me to get one more video in before I go silent. And I will, at some point, I shall take you around Udayagiri so you can have a look and see where I've been living. Yeah, I'm so excited. It's like, I think it's 10 days left. 10 days left here, yeah, 10 days left here, and then 2 days in Calicut. Excuse me, sniffing. And then I'm home. Oh my God, I'm so excited. So I hope you are all well. I'm sorry for snivelling and, leaking everywhere. I will see you all soon. Take care. Bye.